So in this video, I would like to talk to you a little bit about um, life coaching and dating agencies. So when we talk about dating agencies, that has booming. It's been booming. The whole industry of dating sites, online dating sites, which is very much the membership of dating sites around the world. I'm not just talking about particular country, but has it has been growing at a rate of almost like a 40%, 50% a year membership, for people who want to become member. So it's becoming the new normal, basically. How uh, dating sites and dating agencies, which is a little different, that the a normal online people getting or accessing the internet to find through different social media, whether you call it Facebook and other social media, when you meet people totally strangers. But it's the new normal, basically. It's the new normal, and being the new normal, well, it's becoming a mainstream. And what about it's mainstream accepted, socially accepted. So it used to be that years ago, if you try to if somebody tries to meet somebody online, I mean, 10, like I would say 15 years ago, that person will, people will think that, oh, wow. I mean, of course, people are going to find out that, you put your name on there, on a dating site, trying to meet someone, and people are going to think that you are people is a loser, somebody who was not able to, find somebody socially, a friend of, find someone, soulmate, somebody to marry, or somebody, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, that you're not able to finding it a normal situation, like socially speaking, socially acceptable for centuries, meaning, but that's what that has been the mainstream for years, for centuries, back. We're going back. In your community, you meet people. I mean, people know you. You meet people. You meet family, friends. You meet the members of your church if you attend church. If not, it's okay. Club, um, you know, sport, doing sport in your community, the school, universities, work. I mean, there are so many avenues, so many ways to meet that special person in your life. That was the mainstream. That was the socially acceptable way to meet someone. But nowadays, online is the main focus, because people stuck. Everything is delivered. Everything is like, as we all know, right? At the click of the button, people don't even leave their houses to meet someone. But I mean, what about the dating agencies? That's what my focus of this video is all about. Dating agencies and how life coaching has been increasing at a rate of 100%. I mean, life coach people who do life coaching, right? It's become a professional thing now. Even there are agencies giving away certifications about certification, like a licensing in life coach. You have to like be certified to be a life coach. You know, on internet, even on internet, there are associations that certify that and approves these new professions that 15, 20 years ago is unthinkable. Now, when we think about how dating agencies are acting, because that's acting like a life coach, with people who needs these services. Think about how we are evolving in this in our social connection, and how we will find our mate. I mean, at any age, this goes on, not just for elderly people, or people who have been divorced, or business people who don't have a time to meet someone. Think about that. I mean, people are so busy, they're so stuck in work that they're making lots of money, many thousands, not millions of people making lots of, but they don't have the time to have that connection. That give the time to that, know that person. So some millions of people rely on dating agencies around the world, especially in Southeast Asia, or people meeting in Latin America. Dating agencies has become a huge business, huge. And what is all about? Dating agency, basically the person, interested person, party, the interested party, who usually is. I said before that even young people. I mean, in their 20s. But most people looking for dating agency and looking for that second time in life. People who have been struggling in life. People have been, that fail after failed marriages, or they're fed up with the Western way of society of socializing now to find a mate. And it's so hard. It's so difficult. It's so difficult for many people, even uh, people with good. I mean, quote unquote, like good social status, or people living in the suburbs, middle class gentlemen, I mean, the 40s, and or even women, females, they're successful in banking careers, in the business careers, in professionally successful, but they have been a failure to meet that special person that to marry. So why not? They sign a contract, with a dating agency, and they want to meet like a Filipina. In the Philippines, plenty of dating agencies. Meet somebody like in Colombia, plenty of dating agencies. In Mexico, of course, the industry is thriving. I mean, it's booming anywhere. Costa Rica, Central America, Latin America. I mean, you name it, and it's booming. Even in Europe, I mean, there are dating agencies. If you want to meet an European or Caucasian, from Romania, from all these countries in Europe that was part of the Soviet Union, but now is they embrace democracy and very open societies in which people can travel and find that mate. So how has this become? Well, uh, the interested party, which the person, typically gentlemen in their 40s and 50s, after divorce, after just being fed up of trying to find that mate in the United States, or Canadian, Canada, or Europe. I mean, they pay a fee. They pay a membership fee. They pay a contract in which they have access, of course, to profile of these young women who also are interested in finding that special person. Of course, financially secure that gentleman, that they're looking for, of course, and there are many intermutual interests moving. So it's not becoming, don't let's not kid ourselves. It's not a natural way when you have to pay to meet somebody. I'm not condemning the service. What I'm saying is here that it has become mainstream. And why not? I mean, if people have the resources, they can do, with their money, whatever they want. Even pay a membership fee to a dating agency and trying to find that special person. So they study, basically, they have access as you pay the money. That dating agency who's acting like some matchmaking and life coaching, because they're coaching you how they know your profile, all about you, these agencies and their counselors, and their advisors. They are basically their advisors, and also their life coach. That's what the work they do. Life coaching both the mate, the female women, the female girls that you try to meet, and they are coaching the girl to the male, I mean the gentleman who is interested on the other person too. So basically you are matchmaking, but in a way you are life coaching that in a way that they are exploring, of course, what was your situation. I mean, what's your background too. They know about everything about you, right? As a aspiring, as a that you try to meet that special person. So as you try to do that, they're advising you about the culture of that society. If this is the Philippines, they're advising you how the culture in the Philippines works, how life is, what profession that female special person that you're becoming, that about their profile now, that let's say that person has a two child, they are single moms with two, a boy and a girl, maybe. What if it's two boys? What if that special person that you're interested in meeting has two girls, two childs? What about the situation with the parents of those children, right? Or sometimes it's single mom. Maybe I'm saying a single person with no children, no attachment, no children, no nothing. Uh, Never been married before, girl, in their late 20s, right? So it depends what you're looking for. You're looking for stability. You're looking for the you're looking for that peace of mind as a gentleman looking for, as a gentleman, you try to meet that special person and marry. I mean, you're serious about it. And what they say in the profile is that, if it's in the Philippines, right? Um, almost 100% of the profile says that they're family oriented. The girls are family oriented, which is true in a way. It's true because of the Filipino society is very family values is revered, is very much in high standard in a society. Generally speaking, the respect for your mate. The It's very clear also that the male is the dominant figure, just like the head of the household, the provider. That's very much still is like an old-fashioned thing, uh, but in the Filipino society still, and Latin America too, Latin America as well. I mean, people, there is a traditional value still, in place in many communities, especially in the provinces, right? So even in the profile that you're getting with that female, that girl, like the beautiful woman you're interested in, it says there that they're from the province, that they coming, if they have been living with mom and dad, that they're coming directly living from mom and dad. I mean, they're still living in their parents house. If it's in the Philippines or Mexico or Central America, right? And it's true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You can investigate on your own. You can find out on your own. I mean, if they're telling the truth about even having two children or three or four, maybe, right? From even Filipinos who have, maybe they are widows, right? The widow. If divorce is not in place, of course, in the Filipino case, but there's not zero divorce, of course. But you come in from a society, in the Western society, where more than half of the marriages ends up in divorce. Now it's actually, I think, 60% already. It used to be, not just 10 years ago, it used to be 50%. Right? 50-50 chance that you're going to end up in divorce. So the rate was 50%. Now it's 60, especially in Canada and the United States. 60%, the divorce rate. The marriage that failed, that ended up in divorce. So for people, people looking for that special, that second chance, which is in most cases, that's what the dating agencies, attract those kind of gentlemen, especially men, right? Women too, female. There are many thousands of females looking for that special person abroad if they can find it in their home countries. Of course, why not? It's there's a market for everyone. Like, if you want to call it market, yes, there is a huge market in the industry of dating agency and life coaching agency. Life coaching is all about. It's not about finding specifically finding a companion or a new wife, or finding that girlfriend that you want or you need. But life coaching is more, when it started years ago, now it's become very popular. It was meant to improve your self-esteem, improve your self-worth. I mean, if you have so many failures in life, didn't have nothing to do with specifically with divorces or failed marriages or failed relationships. It could have been that fighting even depression, fighting mental health, in a way, a little bit mental health, depression, self-esteem, failure at work. You are stuck at a low-paying job for years and years and years, and things are going nowhere. Basically, you haven't achieved that American dream that everybody's talking about around you. So around you, everything seems to be successful, but you are stuck in going nowhere. So in a way, life coaching was meant to, to improve. I mean, your quality of life, to improve. I mean, your self-esteem, to your self-worth. So make you, a valuable person. That somebody who can learn, somebody who can, teach you, right, from their own experience. And most life coaches are people who have failed many times, right? Many times in life, whether it's marriages, whether it's work, whether it's even family relationships, meaning like strange sisters, strange moms and dads, children who left home, or children who was kicked out from their homes, or runaway kids that went away and then found life after a disaster. dysfunctional families. So life coaching was initially was meant to that, but now has becoming more like a these dating agencies are acting basically de facto as a life coach, because they're advising you even in your, they're going in deep into your emotions. I mean, once they found out, your situation, right, that you have two kids maybe on your own, two kids on your own, and maybe they're adults now, but now you have, you are a wealthy person, you have, you have enough financial resources, so they're basically trying to find your best mate for you. And it don't, if it, and a failure, if this becomes a failure after they had the, getting money from you and advising you, so it's on them, it's basically it's on them. I mean, their reputation is going to be on the line after this second or third I'm sorry, with failure, right? I'm little with, little dealing with little cold here, I'm sorry to, but um, if you hear me a little coughing, but basically, um, uh, so these two way and these two professions, so these two industries that are booming, 2025, they're one of the, most, booming industries in 2025, right? Life coaching and dating agencies that are just popping up like a popcorn anywhere, everywhere, basically, in Central America, Latin America in general, because people are on the move. I mean, Western society, even Canada has, many people are, getting laid off. Many people are retiring, uh, early retirement in the United States, also in Europe, in France, in all these countries. So people are basically moving, wherever they can find a quality of life. And most people, trying to find these, contacting these agencies are, that's looking for a, of course, a good wife, good female companion, mostly men. Over 95%, I've said before, are men looking for that special person. So, um, of course, they're hiring more people, more experts in life coaching. These dating agencies are hiring. They are on the move, and they're advertising in a way that they're attracting more customers. In a way, think about that, customers to find that mate. So basically, you are like a client. You're a client. I mean, you're paying us services that has become mainstream. Nobody's surprised. I mean, I wouldn't do it. It wasn't my case, right? But who knows? Maybe if I could have done it myself, right? It wasn't my case, but who knows? I mean, if in extreme situations, I mean, people do extreme things in extreme situations. But I am kind of a little old-fashioned, I'm still, traditional, way of living life still, right? Maybe if you of you are still, right? So who knows, if I could have, if I didn't find my wife, which I'm married now, maybe I could have ended up by myself, just, I guess, flying solo, like some people say, flying solo. Who knows? But we never know when we can meet that special person in life. But why not? If people are so busy in their lives, in their business lives, they're hiring, they are, contracting, they are signing contract with these agencies, and these agencies are hiring, of course, life coach, of course, and they are basically renewing the purpose of what dating agency was 10 15 years ago. I don't blame them. There's if there's a need for a service, of course, the market is an open market, right, that's the open market society. So basically, and it's working for many people, works for some people, doesn't work, but at least they tried, instead of just, ended up like, if you're miserable in your own country, just watching TV, and you retire, or just about to retire in your 50s, and you get an early retire, like recently, over like 100, close to, I think, 100,000 people got laid off in the federal government in the United States, and all these people, in their 40s, in the 50s, and they just want to, I guess they don't want to find, even they look for jobs. The job market is tight. It's very much, constricted, the job market, and some of these guys people, if even men, in majority of men, they look for that, whatever they get in severance pay, they look for that second, chance in life, to find that high quality and better quality, financially speaking, and why not to find that special mate. So this has blended the two industry. That's my, to finish this video, what I'm trying to get to the topic, to convey in this topic is that they have blended. I have analyzed, I've, watching, I've been, doing some research. They have blended as a one thing. It used to be something with different purposes, right? Dating agency for one thing, and life coaching life coaching, which, some people think that it's like a psychotherapy, like a, uh, but it could be, it's a little psychotherapy to find a mate. That's a complicated issue to find a mate, a female mate, a new wife for a person who was interested. That you need lots of psychology, like lots of psychotherapy, right, to do that. So they have blended, and they have the both industry now. It's been blended. They just becoming one. They're all already one industry. So it's booming, and it's gonna continue on the rise. So guys, that I wanted to convey that this video about life coaching and dating agencies. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.